So as I was saying in the last episode, I think this is episode 7 of Podcast After Dark, combined with Controversial Tuesday. Just for people who are coming and who are like just now listening to this, you really want to go back to listen to the other episodes. Know that I will make shorter like cuts and edits just so that this can remain interesting. But I'm going to talk and flow as I was saying from just an upper level understanding. So, People's Conference will be taken away, and I already made that prediction for you all. That's not a probability. Your sense of normality is being stripped away from you, and I went into this. Was it 2023? The series, you can go on my YouTube, and it's a series where it's Podcast After Dark. You'll see there is a I'll have to come back. You guys ask me in the comments like what the name of the series is, but it's a series where it's 2023, I believe, and it was that summer. I think it was July too. It's either June or July, where I was talking about what laid in store and what was coming, and Anyway, let me just get to the point. So people's comforts are being taken away. People's ability to sit in a silo of understanding, like their own perception of reality, is being disrupted because it is all a part of a higher upper level plan to try to turn human beings, one, back to their original selves, which your original design, and I'll put it like that. And so that you will then be put back into perception of reality. And the whole process I've already talked about is that you have to deconstruct, think critically. You have to drop being a cultist. The one thing I need to add to that is you need to stop submitting yourself to people who seize power and control just because they're in power and they have control. Because I was talking about in the last episode that people with billions of dollars, you guys are worshiping them, and they're just hoarders of ones and zeros. They're hoarders. They're financial hoarders who are willing to mutilate, commit genocide. They're willing to unalive millions of people, billions of people, if you're looking at globally, at billionaires and trillionaires to come. They're willing. What's coming is they're in a race to control everyone else, and they prefer, because they all have access to this, like the supremacy logic. Okay, and if you're looking at Till, you're looking at Musk. Their basic mainframe is based out of supremacy and white supremacy, and they see rich people as being able to have a voice, rich landowners, but the slaves, who are everyone else, the working class, and who are literally the slaves of the investor class, who are being exploited by the investor class. They don't really see those people as being able to have an opinion. You can have an opinion, but you can only have it in line with what they want. If you don't, the future is coming, if we continue to build it, to where your opinion will put you in a camp and you will be annihilated. We are closer to camps in which the intellectuals are sent, and it will be people of all degrees of melanation. Y'all don't get that yet, because they're going to work their way through the brown people. And then they're going to try to, and then they're not even going to worry about just working through black people of African descent. They're going to hit the intellectuals, the LGBTQI. You guys already know this. So back to reality. So the reason why I'm touching on Adrenochrome is trying to teach people that you got to stop being cultists who are undereducated, who subscribe to cults of personality. No matter whether you're conservative or liberal or anything there in between. You have to get used to the gray, to the nuance, and making healthy decisions, not based on your hate, based on your intolerance, and based on your inability to change. Because I told you in those videos where I talk about reality is more expansive than you think, that human beings have a lot more power than they realize, and that they're constantly creating the future, their present, what they perceive as their present, and their future at the same time. And that however much the manifestation crowd are wrong about, you can just speak it, you can name it and claim it, that kind of BS. You can, if you herd enough human beings together to get into a group think, to accept certain things as true, even though they're lies. You can manifest a reality. You can build a future based upon hurting those human beings to agree to agree that things are true even if they're not. Like Adrenochrome. Do y'all remember Q? Y'all remember how those people came to my area, my state, and they held a mass protest, a mass gathering of the delusional. And they were all being recorded talking about these conspiracies that Q was pumping out into the air. And thus that wraps us back around to this. People of my ilk need to begin to teach more about the expansiveness of reality. I've already told you guys that adrenochrome was a distraction. You will always be distracted from the what is really going on. And what is really going on is the inducing of fear. Fear is the thing when you see a group of people, whether it is the news, whether it is political people with political power and control, whether it is clergy, whether it is and I think I'm going to have to take this into another video. Know that the thing that you fear, the thing that you believe that's bump in the night, that goes bump in the night, that is spiritual, that you're concerned about, you call them the elite. Those aren't the elite. I gotta talk to you about, and this is going to seem very tinfoil hatty, but human beings, if we keep going, and because the projection on the probability on this one is quite high, human beings are going to be reintroduced to the fact that they are, you know how we eat chicken, we eat meat, you are meat to other things. Human beings have eaten each other over time, cannibalism, right? Black people have been have shared with you all that your forefathers, like the Europeans, were eating people of color. And then on the transatlantic slave trade, they were sometimes forcibly feeding these slaves on the board of the ship. If they ran out of food, they would chop up a slave, and that's recorded in history. Like, there is a whole cookbook on how to chop up, cook, and prepare a slave to be eaten by white people, the owner. Like, this is all reality. And so if human beings aren't careful, you're about to be reintroduced to the fact that you are something else's chicken, that there is something coming, which it's going to seem very tinfoil hatty, and I may have to just reserve it until right before. Like I tell people all the time, if you ever see me run, you see me leave a space, if I start telling you that something is about to arrive and that thing is what I have foreseen, human beings are about to be reintroduced to the fact that they're chicken. Horrors beyond compare by the things who used to infest this planet. But that's a whole other episode.